Today we celebrate a vision for the future. Our new Biomedical Sciences Research Building and Orthopaedic Hospital Research Center will advance the scope, quality, and of UCLA's medical achievements for generations to come. And we are at the vanguard of emerging fields of embryonic stem cell research and molecular genetics. Our new center will provide tools, technologies, and the resources as advanced as the challenges that today's leading researchers face. It is a home worthy of the finest minds in the world. It is also an intellectual hub for teaching and training.
It looks like two buildings from the outside, and we're dedicating two buildings today, but really on the inside, it's designed seamlessly as one building, an opportunity for collaboration and interaction that just doesn't exist in other structures. A center for basic and translational research that will be unmatched in any campus in the world today.
It is a special day for all of us, for Orthopaedic Hospital, for UCLA, and really for humanity. And this is a legacy. It's a legacy we will all carry forward.
Buildings are very much like musical instruments, and they really cannot utter a sound until they're picked up and played by human beings. Today, we hand this beautiful instrument to the scientists, to the people who will use it. We're extremely proud to have played some role in the breakthroughs and the science that will be undertaken in this, we think, very lovely building. Thank you very, very much.
My hips are dislocated. I can't bend my legs. I can't reach my toes or wave my arms over my head. What everyone would do with ease on a day-to-day basis, saying like combing their hair or putting on their shoes, is really difficult in my situation.
The Orthopaedic Hospital Research Center is devoted to research in musculoskeletal disorders. This covers a broad range of problems affecting children and adults literally throughout the world. Melissa Sanchez was born with a very severe congenital condition called arthrogryposis. It's like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz when it rained and he rusted, or he cried and it rusted. I can't remember for sure. But he couldn't move. So an arthrogryposis patient is sort of like that. And they require many, many surgeries just to be able to do basic self-care activities. Through this research center, we are hoping that we can literally find a cure for that disease. In the future, children with that terrible disorder will grow up normal. This center will be, in our view, the most advanced musculoskeletal research center in the world. We exist here because we are surrounded by tremendous biomedical research facilities at UCLA, who is one of the leaders in the world in biomedical research. Probably the greatest investment we can make in healthcare is biomedical research to prevent problems that today cost literally billions of dollars. Osteoporosis costs billions of dollars every year. Fractures cost billions of dollars every year. Arthritis costs billions of dollars every year. Think what the impact will be if we can come up with ways to prevent the ravages of those diseases, both economic and in terms of human health and happiness. I mean, it's one of the most exciting prospects you could imagine. And I'm not surprised that these young people devote their lives to biomedical research because they see the vision. They understand what can be accomplished.
If I did wish that there was something different, or there's something that I could do that I am not able to do, is probably know what it's like to run.
With Dr. Lyons?
Something as simple as that, as running across a field in the grass, would be something that I would love to experience.
So that they would make an artificial tendon much stronger.
I'm just in awe. I owe my life to them, not just for what they've already done, but for what they're going to do in the opening of this research center. And maybe it will help me, and maybe it won't, but it'll give a lot of hope to other kids in the future, and maybe they won't have to go through the stuff that I've had to go through, and it'll make life a little bit more easier on them.
When I first found out I was HIV positive in 1995, I remember sitting in the clinic office in tears, being overwhelmed with the news, and the first thing that went through my mind, which goes through many people's minds who are diagnosed with HIV, is, oh my God, I'm going to die. When I think about the human immune system, I sort of think about it as this last frontier. We think we know a lot about it, but we really don't. And I think there are quite a few answers yet to be discovered about how our own bodies can fight back against this disease. And I know that a lot of the research being conducted here is involving stem cell research and gene therapy.
Oh, this facility is fabulous. We've been waiting a long time for this facility to come about. We're at a critical stage right now in AIDS research. We're at a point where I feel like we need new ideas and new approaches, and the best way to develop that is to put the best minds in science together.
We're going to have 4 to 5 investigators.
And on our floor, the first floor, we are putting together the best group of researchers that in AIDS research, I believe, in the country. And these researchers will be able to collaborate and work together with other researchers, for example, microbiology, immunology on the second floor, biological chemistry on the third floor, the Stem Cell Institute, and bring in new ideas to bear upon the AIDS problem. And this is how we're ultimately going to solve this epidemic.
There's been a tremendous paradigm shift. I think the reality is, for many people like me, as well as some of my friends who have had this disease for a long time, we're no longer kind of counting the hours. We really, I think for the first time in the history of this epidemic, we are looking at potentially, dying of old age.
The main benefit of this new research facility is it brings together a lot of expertise. A great deal of intellectual capacity resides at UCLA and at Orthopaedic Hospital, and a lot of experience in understanding both basic biology and the transition to clinical care. So by bringing this facility online, these people will be close together. They'll be able to talk to one another on a routine basis, share ideas, and cross-fertilize, so that if someone finds a solution to one problem, it might be applied to another. Or if someone has a problem and they've not been able to break it, maybe someone else will find that answer.
Genetic bone diseases, perhaps diabetes, and a number of neurodegenerative diseases may actually see the day when they will have improved therapies and hopefully cures. So this whole ferment that we've discussed between these 4 entities of the Orthopaedic Hospital Research Center, biological chemistry, microbiology, immunology, molecular genetics, molecular cell and developmental biology, and the AIDS Center. All of this thrust in with this mix of stem cell research is going to be perhaps the most exciting milieu in science that not only we have here, but maybe anywhere in the United States.